my fiancée sat me down and said, "I still love you, but I want more." I smiled and said, "Me too." The next morning, she found her dress for the wedding gone, a single envelope on the bed, and a text from me that simply said, "I chose more, too." I'm 38 years old, living in Seattle, Washington. I'm a software engineer, and for the past decade, I've been working at a mid-sized tech company. I met Sarah, 35, a marketing manager, at a mutual friend's barbecue 3 years ago. We hit it off immediately, and within a year, we moved in together. A year after that, I proposed, and she said yes. We planned our wedding meticulously, choosing a picturesque venue overlooking Lake Washington. Sarah found her dream wedding dress, and we even adopted a golden retriever puppy named Max. Life seemed perfect. One evening, about 2 months before our wedding, Sarah asked if we could talk. We sat on our living room couch, Max curled up at our feet. "Mark," she began, "I still love you, but I want more." I was taken aback. "More?" I asked. "Yes," she replied. "I feel like there's something missing. I need to explore who I am before settling down completely." I paused, processing her words. Then I smiled and said, "Me too." She looked surprised. "Really?" "Yes," I said. "I've been feeling the same way." We agreed to take some time apart to reflect on our relationship and what we truly wanted. That night I couldn't sleep. I thought about our relationship, our plans, and the life we were building. I realized that while I loved Sarah, I had been ignoring my own desires and aspirations. Early the next morning, I packed a small bag, took Max with me, and left. I left a note on the bed and sent Sarah a text. I chose more, too. I drove to a cabin I had rented in the Olympic National Park, a place I had always wanted to visit but never found the time. Over the next few weeks, I hiked, read, and reflected. I realized that I had been living a life that was comfortable but not fulfilling. Sarah reached out several times, but I needed space. Eventually, we met and had an honest conversation. We both acknowledged that while we cared for each other, we had different paths to follow. We called off the wedding and parted ways amicably. I returned to Seattle and made some significant changes. I started my own tech consulting firm, something I had always dreamed of. I traveled more, adopted another dog to keep Max company, and even took up painting. Sarah and I remained friends, occasionally catching up over coffee. She pursued her passion for photography and traveled extensively. Looking back, that conversation was a turning point. It forced both of us to confront our true desires and make choices that led to more fulfilling lives. A few weeks after I moved out, things were quiet. Too quiet. The silence felt heavy, like it was waiting to explode. I was in the Olympic National Park, walking Max through the foggy trails, trying to find peace. But something kept gnawing at me. I kept thinking, did she already know who her more was? 3 nights in a row, I had the same dream, Sarah with someone else. Laughing. Kissing. Holding hands like we used to. When I woke up, I'd feel cold, even with a blanket wrapped around me. One morning, after a long hike, I turned my phone back on. There were 27 unread messages from Sarah. Most were just her asking me to talk. But then I saw one message that hit like a truck. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I was already talking to someone. I didn't plan for it to happen." That was it. No explanation. No name. I just sat there, in the cabin's little wooden chair, staring at the phone like it had cursed me. I didn't reply. I couldn't. I threw the phone on the couch and took Max out, but even he seemed to sense something was off. He walked close to me, didn't pull like he usually does. We just walked in silence. 2 days later, a mutual friend, Jenna, called. She never calls. Only texts. She sounded nervous. "Mark," she said. "I wasn't sure if I should tell you, but I think you deserve to know." My heart dropped. I didn't even need to ask. "She's been seeing Tom," Jenna said. "Since around May." Tom. My old roommate. The guy who toasted us at our engagement party. The one who always joked about how he wished he'd met Sarah first. That night, I drank for the first time in 3 years. Back in Seattle, Sarah's texts turned desperate. I messed up. I don't even think it was real with Tom. Please, can we talk? I wish I never said what I said that night. And finally, I still want to marry you. I didn't answer. But I didn't block her either. I didn't know what I was doing. I kept going through our old photos like a fool. Her smile. Our dog. Our plans. Part of me wanted to scream. Part of me missed her so badly I felt physically sick. One rainy night, I went to the old apartment. I don't even know why. Maybe I wanted to feel the pain more. Or maybe I was hoping to see her one last time. I saw Tom's car outside. I stood there in the rain for almost 15 minutes. Just standing. Watching the building. A part of me wanted to go up there, knock, and say everything I'd kept inside. Instead, I walked away. But just as I reached the corner, the building door opened. It was Sarah. And she wasn't with Tom. She was alone, carrying a suitcase, soaked in rain, and crying. She saw me. I froze. She ran toward me, dropped her bag, and just stood there. I left him, she whispered. It wasn't real. He never loved me. He saw a crack and took it. I didn't say anything. I was stupid, she said. You were always my home. I didn't say anything. She cried harder, reaching for my hand. That's when Max barked. Loud. Like he felt the storm between us. She looked down at him, and then back at me. I'm not asking you to take me back. I just needed you to know the truth. And then she walked away, leaving the suitcase on the sidewalk, still crying, disappearing into the night. I took the suitcase home. Not because I forgave her. But because I needed to know what was in it. Maybe some closure. Maybe some proof that I didn't imagine everything. Inside, I found her wedding dress. Still in the cover. Still pristine. And a journal. Her journal. Page after page of doubts. Guilt. Fear. Pages about me. Pages about Tom. Confessions. Regrets. More than I ever wanted to know. I didn't sleep that night. The journal sat on my coffee table like it was breathing. Like it knew it had power over me. I read more. I wish I hadn't. There were pages about how Tom wasn't her first mistake. One entry hit me square in the chest. January 2023. Vegas. Conference weekend. That night with Luis, it was one time. Doesn't mean anything. I still love Mark. Luis. Her coworker. She told me about that trip. Said she stayed in her room most of the time and watched Netflix. She even brought me back a souvenir mug. I drank coffee from it almost every morning. I threw it across the room. It shattered like everything else I believed. She didn't just want more. She'd already taken it, several times. A week later, I got an email from Tom. I never thought I'd hear from him. I expected silence, or maybe a fight if we ever ran into each other. But he emailed like a damn coward. Subject: apology if that's even possible. Mark, I don't know how to start this. You trusted me. I crossed every line. Sarah told me everything came out. I just wanted you to know. I never planned to hurt you. It just happened. I know that doesn't excuse anything. She left me. And honestly? Good. We weren't meant for anything real. I hope you get a better ending than this. I deleted it. But here's where things twisted again. A few days later, Sarah's sister, Mia, called me. She was always honest, even when it hurt. Mark, she said, I think you should know. Sarah isn't doing well. Like at all. She's not eating. Barely leaves the apartment. I think she's having some kind of breakdown. I didn't respond right away. But eventually I asked, why are you telling me this? Mia's voice cracked. Because no matter what happened, You were the only one who ever actually made her better. It messed me up hearing that. I started checking her social media. She had gone silent. No new posts. No stories. Nothing. I visited her favorite bookstore. The old man at the counter told me she hadn't been by in weeks. Everywhere she used to go, now she wasn't. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't just guilt. Sarah was unraveling. I didn't love her anymore. I was sure of that. But I didn't want her to destroy herself either. I messaged her. Are you okay? 10 seconds later. Can you come? I told myself it wasn't a rescue. It was just a check-in. Closure. I went to her place. The lights were dim. She opened the door slowly. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. The apartment was a mess. Dishes piled up. Clothes on the floor. A half-eaten sandwich on the table, drying out. She said nothing. Just pointed to the couch. I sat. Then she walked over and handed me something. A positive pregnancy test. My heart stopped. It's yours, she said. I didn't believe her at first. I just stared at the stick like it had betrayed me. How do you know? I finally asked. I haven't been with anyone else since May. You and I were still, you know, until late June. She wasn't crying. She looked hollow, like all the crying had already happened and now there was just nothing. I didn't say anything for a long time. So now I sit here in my apartment. The same place where I read her journal. The same couch where I almost burned it. I've got a baby coming with the woman who betrayed me. I don't love her. I don't trust her. But there's a child now. And that changes everything. Or maybe it changes nothing. Maybe it just makes the mess more permanent. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I know one thing, there's no going back to who I was before all of this. A baby shower. Not mine. Sarah's cousin, Rachel. She insisted Sarah come, even though everyone in that room knew what had gone down between us. They whispered, but not softly. The tension was as thick as the frosting on the cake that read, "Welcome, little star." I didn't plan to go. But Rachel, bless her neutral peacemaker heart, invited me anyway. Said, "If you're gonna be in the kid's life, you might as well get used to the family again." So I showed up. Not for Sarah. For the kid. My maybe kid. I brought diapers and a gift card. Stayed near the back. Didn't make eye contact with Sarah. Thought I'd leave quietly. But people talk. And one of the voices that got a little too loud was Jenna's. She'd had wine. 3 glasses, maybe 4. Honestly, she said to the group, I still don't get why Sarah thought she could bounce from Mark to Tom and back like it was some rom-com. Laughter. Nervous, sharp. Some people stared at their feet. Sarah stood up. Her face went red. It wasn't like that. Jenna tilted her head. Then how was it? I froze. Sarah turned to me. You want to do this now? I don't want anything. I said loud enough to stop the music. But apparently, this is happening. She came closer. Everyone turned to watch. This wasn't a baby shower anymore. It was the climax of a soap opera. Starring me. You think I'm proud of any of this? She said. I hate what I did. But I've said sorry 1,000 times. What more do you want? I looked around. At the people we used to call friends. At the decorations. The cake. Max's leash in my hand, the only steady thing in that moment. I want the truth. I said. Not the sorry version. The real one. Her voice cracked. I didn't just want more. I didn't know how to be loved without testing it. That's my damage. And you dragged me through it. I said. Yeah. She whispered. I did. Someone in the back gasped. And then Tom walked in. I swear the air got sucked out of the room. He wasn't invited. But he knew. He knew because people talk. Are you serious? I muttered. Sarah turned white. I didn't know he was coming. Tom walked up. I'm not here to cause drama. I just heard what happened. Jenna snorted. You mean what you caused? He ignored her. Looked at me. I got a paternity test done. I blinked. You what? Sarah looked at him like he slapped her. It's mine, he said quietly. Silence. The kind that burns in your ears. Sarah stumbled back. No, that's not possible. I told you, I had my doubts, Tom said. So I did it. It's mine. I didn't say a word. Just nodded. Turned around. And left. Mia called the next day. She's a wreck. I didn't respond. Sarah texted me. I didn't know. I swear. I didn't answer. Jenna messaged me. Still Team Mark. Always was. Even Tom texted me. I'm sorry. Again. But something had shifted. Not just between us, but in me. It wasn't just betrayal anymore. It was exhaustion. A deep, soul-deep weariness that made me want to disappear and start over somewhere no one knew my name. Weeks passed. I got a new apartment. Smaller. Quieter. No shared memories. Max adjusted better than I expected. Sometimes I ran into people who knew the story. Some gave me sympathetic nods. Some just avoided eye contact. I didn't care either way. Sarah's due date came and went. I didn't visit. I sent a gift basket with diapers, baby clothes, and a note. Wishing the baby a better future than our past. Mark, I'm not angry anymore. That surprised me. I thought I'd stay bitter forever. But after everything, I just feel clean. Like grief detox. I haven't dated since. I don't know if I want to. But I'm not closed off. I talk to my therapist more. I walk Max every day. I started playing guitar again. One evening, I ran into Mia at Green Lake Park. She said Sarah moved back with her parents, trying to get her life together. Tom's in the picture now. Trying to be a dad. Do you think you'll ever forgive her? Mia asked. I shrugged. Maybe. But forgiveness doesn't mean reunion. Loving someone doesn't guarantee they'll love you right. Trusting someone doesn't mean they deserve it. And sometimes, more is just code for I'm not ready. I'm not broken. Just changed. I still believe in love. But next time, I'll believe in myself more. And that's enough for now.